The line between a monster and a medical diagnosis is thinner than you think. Throughout history, legends of vampires and demons haunted our nightmares, but the clinical reality is far more disturbing. We are entering the penultimate chapter of the Dark Encyclopedia, where the human mind breaks and the body turns against itself. From the literal thirst for blood to the terrifying phenomenon of spontaneous combustion, you are not just watching a countdown, you are witnessing the systematic failure of the human condition. Fact 150. The real-life origin of the vampire myth. Renfield Syndrome is a rare psychological disorder where an individual experiences a compulsive urge to consume blood, often starting with their own. This condition mirrors the clinical characteristics of vampirism, highlighting how deep neurological dysfunctions can manifest as behaviors that transcend the boundaries of human social norms. Fact 151. Spontaneous human combustion, or SHC, involves the intense incineration of a human body with no apparent external ignition. The wick effect theory suggests that clothing acts as a wick, while subcutaneous fat fuels a slow, high-temperature fire. This process can reduce biological tissue to bone and ash within hours. Fact 152. Post-clinical death heart contractions have been documented, where the heart muscle continues to twitch due to residual electrical impulses for several minutes after brain activity ceases. This creates a haunting illusion of life in a biologically expired organism as the nervous system releases its final rhythmic charges. Fact 153. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, or Stoneman Syndrome, is a genetic anomaly where the body fails to repair muscle, instead replacing it with heterotopic bone. This results in the systematic fusion of the entire skeletal structure. Over time, the subject is encased in a rigid bony shell, eventually leading to respiratory failure. Fact 154. Exploding head syndrome causes subjects to hear a deafening detonation within their skull right before sleep. This auditory hallucination stems from the brain's auditory neurons firing simultaneously instead of shutting down. While physically harmless, the psychological impact is profoundly traumatic, mimicking the sound of a bomb blast in silence. Fact 155. Takotsubo syndrome, or broken heart syndrome, is a condition where extreme emotional stress triggers a sudden weakening of the left ventricle. This mimics a heart attack and can lead to terminal cardiac failure. It serves as a biological proof that psychological trauma can manifest as a lethal physical event. Fact 156. Autophagy, or self-eating, is a survival mechanism where cells consume their own components to survive nutrient deprivation. In cases of extreme starvation or neurological infection, the brain may activate advanced autophagy, systematically consuming its own neural cells. This leads to irreversible cognitive degradation and total systemic collapse. Fact 157. Hyperacusis can manifest as a rare condition where individuals hear the internal mechanical sounds of their own bodies, including their eye muscles moving. This constant acoustic intrusion into the brain's auditory path can lead to severe psychological distress and the inability to function in a silent environment. Fact 158. Toxoplasma gondii is a neuromanipulative parasite that alters the brain chemistry of its host. Infected humans show increased risk-taking behavior and a higher incidence of schizophrenia. The parasite effectively hijacks human neural pathways to facilitate its own life cycle, mirroring its manipulation of rodent behavior to avoid predators. Fact 159. Humans emit a faint bioluminescence as a byproduct of metabolic oxidative reactions within the skin. This light is 1,000 times weaker than the human eye can perceive. We are constantly glowing in the dark, a silent biological lighthouse that remains invisible to our own limited sensory apparatus. Fact 160. During extreme prolonged starvation, the acidic environment of the stomach becomes so corrosive that it begins the process of autodigestion. Without food to neutralize the acid, the stomach lining is systematically dissolved, leading to fatal perforations and internal hemorrhaging. The body literally consumes itself in its terminal phase.
Fact number 161. The 1986 Lake Nyos disaster in Cameroon involved a massive release of carbon dioxide from the lake's depths. The gas, heavier than air, flowed silently through valleys, suffocating 1,700 people in their sleep. There were no warning signs. The entire population ceased breathing in the darkness of night. Fact number 162. Eucalyptus trees can spontaneously explode during intense heat waves or forest fires. The volatile oils contained within their wood ignite from sparks or internal heat buildup, turning the entire tree into a high-intensity firebomb. This mechanical failure contributes to the rapid and lethal expansion of wildfires in Australian ecosystems. Fact number 163. In Cordoba, Argentina, natural groundwater wells contain high concentrations of inorganic arsenic. Local populations have consumed this water for decades, unknowingly inducing chronic poisoning. The symptoms of skin lesions and internal cancers appear only after terminal systemic damage has occurred, hiding the lethal source for generations. Fact number 164. Rogue waves up to 30 meters high can manifest from constructive interference in the open ocean without warning. Their sheer mass can exert 100 metric tons of pressure per square meter, sufficient to buckle steel hulls and sink the largest industrial vessels in seconds. They are nature's high-velocity hammers. Fact number 165. The Australian Gympie tree possesses neurotoxic hairs that inflict a pain so excruciating it has driven victims to suicide. The agony can last for months as the microscopic needles remain embedded in the skin. Survivors describe the sensation as a simultaneous acid burn and high-voltage electrical shock. Fact number 166. Quicksand functions as a non-Newtonian fluid that traps human movement through suction pressure. While it rarely pulls a person under completely, the struggle induces exhaustion and exposure. Most fatalities occur from dehydration or the incoming tide as the victim remains immobilized in the dense liquefied sediment. Fact 167. A lightning strike doesn't need to hit you directly to be terminal. Step potential occurs when lightning hits the ground nearby, sending a deadly electrical current through the surface between your feet. This current can seize the heart and respiratory muscles instantly, leading to death despite no direct contact. Fact 168. Volcanic craters often harbor dense pools of carbon dioxide in low-lying depressions. These invisible lakes of gas are lethal. Hikers unknowingly walking through these zones lose consciousness and expire from asphyxiation within minutes. The environment remains visually serene while functioning as a silent chemical execution zone. Fact 169. After major volcanic eruptions, rainfall can mix with sulfuric gases to form acid rain. This atmospheric byproduct is highly corrosive, burning skin and destroying all vegetation in its path. The resulting environmental collapse can lead to systemic food shortages and long-term chemical degradation of the regional ecosystem. Fact 170. Bioluminescent bacterial blooms can turn the ocean surface into a glowing blue fire. While visually stunning,
These blooms often deplete oxygen levels and release neurotoxins that cause mass die-offs of marine life. For any human swimming within these toxins, the risk of systemic poisoning and respiratory distress is significant. Naegleria fowleri, the brain-eating amoeba, infects humans when water enters the nose and the parasite travels to the brain via the olfactory nerve. It triggers massive inflammation and tissue destruction. With a fatality rate over 97%, it is one of the most efficient and terrifying biological killers in existence. Fact 172. Scientists have successfully revived a 30,000-year-old giant virus from Siberian permafrost. Despite its age, the virus remained infectious to single-celled organisms. This proves that lethal prehistoric pathogens can survive indefinitely in ice, representing a dormant biological threat as global warming continues to thaw the planetary freezer. Fact 173. Rabies is a viral time bomb with a 100% fatality rate once symptoms manifest. The virus migrates slowly through the nervous system, potentially taking months to reach the brain. During this incubation, the victim is clinically healthy, unaware that a terminal neurological collapse has already been programmed. Fact 174. Every liter of seawater contains approximately 10 billion viruses. While most are specialized to target bacteria, their sheer numerical density highlights the invisible biological reality we inhabit. They regulate ocean life cycles and atmospheric chemistry, effectively functioning as the microscopic administrators of the planet's lethal and vital systems. Fact 175. The fugu fish contains tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin 1,000 times more lethal than cyanide. A single preparation error by a chef can result in immediate systemic paralysis, while the victim remains fully conscious. Death occurs from respiratory failure, as the subject is unable to facilitate lung movement despite awareness.